What's good, y'all? It's been a while. Life has been lifing, and I got a lot going on. Okay, so sorry for the wait. And like I said, sometimes you just have to take time out your day to do a mental health check. You know what I'm saying? And self love and things of that nature. But anywho, I want to get right into the topic of manipulative people. Okay, which would be considered a person who you would, I don't want to say narcissistic because that's what they will be called, but we're just going to speak of manipulative men and women. Okay, but a lot of the time it do be some of these men that call some of these males that call their self men. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. I have 6 pages. What is this? 6 or 7 pages. And then I also have some more things to discuss when it comes to seeing the signs, seeing red flags of someone who have the characteristics or allegedly have the characteristics of a narcissistic person. Okay. One sign would be someone who is never, that doesn't find joy in anything. They're mad because the sun is shining. Um, they're upset. They hate their life. Some of these people hate the fact that they don't make enough money. Some people aren't happy because they can't satisfy their wife or husband. Like I said, it's vice versa. Men and women could have a lot of these traits. Some people have these traits and don't even realize that they are manipulative. Okay, so I'm going to start with the things that I wrote. All right, over the past few days. Every time when I think or feel something, I write it down. All right, so excuse me if I'm looking up, left and right. I do not have my glasses, so bear with me. Okay, and I can't remember everything. I'm not a goddamn robot. I have kids that I have to tend to. So, and the older I get, I'm tending to notice my memory is shot. So, this is the best way for me to get a voice or message, my opinion, and the signs and traits of a narcissistic person. Okay, and things of that nature. And the way to get away from a narcissistic person who has very dark energy is to take your power back. Okay, start ignoring this person. You feel what I'm saying? When they make you feel less than, that's when you go dial yourself up. That's when you go get a lineup. You put on a fresh suit or some casual pants and a tie. And a woman, for you, you'll put on a two-piece outfit or a sexy dress or something that makes you feel good. When you look good, you do feel good. So take more pride and confidence in yourself. What this person has took from you, you have to pour in your cup and give it back to yourself and then some. So you have to stand back into your power and remember who the fuck you are. Who were you before you got into this relationship with this manipulative, controlling, egotistical, prideful person? So let's get into it. So the first thing that I have is some men, and I have to say males, because a lot of men, real men, don't act like this. Masculine men don't act like this. It's the ones who call themselves leaders and can't lead shit. All right, let me get into it. The male narcissist can be very feminine. Okay, some of them act as if they're women. A lot of them like to gossip. Okay, a lot. Um, Always have an attitude as if they have a cycle or if they bleed a few days a week out the, a few days out the month. Um, they can be very aggressive and have female tendencies, whether it's the way they eat, stand, lay, the way they work, the way they move their hands. Okay, a lot of these men have grew up in environments where there wasn't a lot of masculinity, and if it was, there was more women around them than anything. Some of these people develop these traits from going from one toxic relationship, not healing, to the next, not healing and waiting and giving themselves time to go into something else. Some of these people are projecting from childhood trauma, abuse, neglect, uh, addiction, abandonment, rejection, things of that nature. Okay, so stick with me. Uh, a lot of them act like toddlers, and this behavior was passed down from, or could have been, fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, siblings. This shit is passed down from one person to the next. Okay, so it starts with your DNA, the family you were born into, and the people who have brought you into this world. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention, it's as if the man is competing with you. If you are laying next to someone who wants to compete with you, that's not your equal. They see you, as their inferior and things of that nature. That's a big red sign, a big red flag, whatever you want to call it. Women can be the same too. If you get into a relationship with a woman and she's too masculine, too controlling, too insecure, wants to wear the pants, wants to lead, constantly emasculating you, and things of that nature, never have nothing good to say, doesn't uplift you, don't reassure you, don't bring you peace, nag, bitch, moan, wrong. They don't have a life outside of you. You feel what I'm saying? All types of shit. Things of that nature, those are red fucking flags of narcissistic women and narcissistic men, or shall I say, boys and girls, or males and females, because that's what they act like. They're toddlers who are unhealed from their fucking past. They didn't get what they wanted as a child, so as an adult, it shows in their life. But anywho, because they always come across some type of toxic relationship, or relationships just don't work out at all, because they need some type of mental help and need to do some internal and external work, period, to move forward into that next chapter of their life. Anywho, these men will never go up against another man. What I mean by that, or face another man, or compete with another man, or belittle another man. So anytime you see a man who is very aggressive with you, passive aggressive, dismissive of your feelings and things of that nature, but when there's an issue with a man, they don't have that same energy, that's a red fucking flag. That's an unsafe relationship. You will not be protected. You will not feel safe with this person. You won't be able to be vulnerable with them, because they have no empathy. They lack empathy. They lack intimacy. They lack a lot of things. That's why when you lay down with this type of energy, there's no connection when you're having intercourse with this person, because they don't have a connection to anything in this world. Not a connection with you, not a connection with children or work. All their relationships kind of fail, if that makes sense, and things of that nature. So some of these men have more respect for their parents than they do you. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But anywho, we have they could have also picked up these toxic traits, bad habits from their father as well, like I had mentioned. If a man grew up in an environment, or even if a woman has grew up in an environment where they had to endure abuse, domestic violence, neglect, abandonment, like I had mentioned, addiction, incest, and things of that nature, and they didn't have any role models growing up, or even watching their parents go through abuse, and now the cycle is repeating itself. Now you're noticing you are laying or sleeping next to a narcissistic person, someone who's abusive emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, verbally, all that. Now you're realizing you have to heal from your parents, because some of this shit comes from your parents. Anxiety, fear, a lot of this shit comes from them, and now you're realizing you're going through the same things that your people have suffered. That's why you have to break the generational curse. That's why people keep reiterating, like, bro, you need to not be that person, not to be that abuser, the abuser or the aggressor or the one who's the addict or the stripper or the porn star, or you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that person. Okay? But anywho, you don't want to be the person who neglects your children if you are birthing or bringing children into this world. Because now the things that you had to go through because of your parents, now you're going to pass that same stupid shit down to your parents. Like for some people, they think abuse is okay for discipline. If the kid is not understanding and overstanding, hitting them, is not getting something, if something's not going off up there while you're hitting them and they still haven't learned the lesson for whatever it is that you're trying to discipline them from doing, that means stop abusing them. And that's also an old fashioned way of, hey, when they act up, hit them. That's not going to work. For some children, they become more aggressive. They start hitting every fucking body. They start to think that's okay. So you have to find different ways to discipline your children and not do what you've learned, unlearn and relearn. All right, let me finish reading. By the grace of God, I hope I get through this message. If not, I'll be recording a part 2, whatever. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Let's see. Some of these males love women's clothing, tries to steal your ideas, your plans, and make them your own. Some of them are jealous of your hustle, your ambition, the way people love you, the attention you get from outsiders or even close friends or family members, relatives, and things of that nature. These males want to walk like you, talk like you. If they could, they probably would dress just like you. Um, some of these people would, some of these males, I've heard this from numerous males in the past. Some of them would say things like, quote unquote, if I was a woman, or only if I was a bitch, or if I had a pussy, I'd be rich right now. It's certain shit that you have to catch soon as they say it, because they're telling you and they're also showing you who the fuck they are. Some of these males are feminine. They would see a woman doing something that's feminine and they want to act or do or act out the same way that that woman is acting out, if that makes sense. For example, if a woman feels sexy, right? Now the man wants to take the position and want to feel that same thing too. It's the attention that women get that men really don't get. So they tend to act out and act like females, if that makes sense. I know y'all heard these bitches act like niggas and these niggas act like bitches. And that's what it is. It's like the roles are being fucking reversed. Because something's in the fucking air. People are more depressed than usual. People are more suicidal than fucking usual. It's a lot going on. And it deals with social media and things of the world, people in high positions and things of that nature. All right. Another thing that I wanted to say, they don't compliment you much. Okay, it's another thing I would like to say, because they want the compliments and things for themselves. Nobody is giving them compliments outside of you. So the moment you get a little bit of attention, it's like they can't take it, okay? Because it's not in their control. They can control you, all right? But anywho, never compliments you because he wish he was you. Take this. A narcissist would take the worst photos of you. You could be dressed from your head to your motherfucking toes, hair dead, feet dead, toes dead, everything dead, and they will take the worst photos of you because they want the world to see you as this depressed person who's codependent on them and things of that nature. So a lot of the time they will not take great photos or videos of you or with you, but they will kick it with the homies and do videos with the homies and things of that nature, okay? And they don't like to be in public with you much either. They like to keep you hidden and concealed from people they work with, if they were their friends, their family members, because it's that thing, if I can have you, no one will. And they also don't want people outside to know that they're putting on a facade, that that mask is coming down, that behind closed doors, this person is actually someone else. So they have to keep you hidden. And another thing, how you know you're dealing with a narc, you always want to plan to do things this person never goes along with anything that you plan. Birthdays. Oh, I want to go to a nice club. Well, I think we should do this. Go to a fancy bar. You feel what I'm saying? They're always not in agreement with the things that you want to do, the things that you enjoy doing. So you have to start dating yourself and give yourself all that love, self-care, attention, time, all that shit they didn't want to do, all them dates they didn't want to take you out, all that hiding you from the world. You have to gather your power back, stand 10 toes, get some strength, and keep it pushing. Okay, and know who you are. All right. Another thing. Let's see. They're always buddy buddy with another man, but when it's time to spend quality time with you, to be affectionate, intimate, and things of that nature, they can never show up for you. Okay. They rather take videos and pictures and go out with a man and spend more quality time with a man and be on the phone with a man more than being present for a woman. Okay. They can be very selfish. Okay. A lot of them say certain things like girl. It's one thing to say girl, but certain things, certain ways they say things will make you, you know, your intuition be like, did he just say girl, or did he just say honey, or did he snap, and things of that nature? Did he switch a little bit when he talk? It's certain signs, and you have to have discernment. Ask God for discernment before you get too deep into a relationship, and then 10 years down the line you realize this person was never attracted to you. They were attracted to men. Or this woman was never attracted to you. They were attracted to another woman, or they don't like your body type, or it's something that they dislike, so they played the fucking game. They love bombed you. Get them first 3 months, these 6 months of dating, being very nice and generous, and boom. Hi, I'm a demon. I have no empathy. You know, the demon starts to really show. You start to see they're really impatient. They fold under pressure. They're ignorant. They talk at you and not to you. You feel what I'm saying? They can't even give you eye contact. It's a lot of shit you start to notice, because they can't hide any fucking more. Okay, another thing I wanted to say was, where am I? I told y'all they can be very feminine from the way they speak, sit, eat, and lay. That will tell you everything that you need to know about a man as well. Even tries to the narc even tries to speak like you. Okay, he hates you, but all in the same time admires you. Okay, and they don't have no sense of authenticity. Everything that they are is because they took that energy from somebody else. And when they're done with you and they discard you, they go to their next fucking victim. Another thing I wanted to say was they love to converse with men under the influence. Okay? So I've noticed in past relationships that men like to talk to other men when they're fucked up. I don't know what the fuck that's about, or they get more comfortable when they're under the influence. Okay, and I feel like if sometimes, and I ain't gonna speak for all women, but if women allow their men to be themselves and actually open up, then yeah. Or same thing, woman. Be yourself, actually open up and tell a person, hey, this is what I really like off rip. Like, hey, I'm just here to fuck. Hey, I'm just looking for a place to lay my head for a few months. Like, if people were honest about what they were into and what they really liked, things wouldn't be the way they are. But you got people with hidden motives and things of that nature, or whatever the case may be. But a telltale sign was if you're dealing with a straight man and they love to converse with other men when they're inebriated, that could also be a sign of him just, he may not want to sleep with the man, but he's bi-curious. He's thinking about, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what would it be like? Or something could have downplayed in this person's childhood to want to be so comfortable with a man, but when they're with a woman, it's abuse, it's toxicity, or whatever the case may be, because you have a person who is an angry drinker, and then you got the person who's the aggressive drinker who is toxic, like to fight, like to be mad, yell, cuss, fuss, just reckless. You feel what I'm saying? Like just the motherfucker who can't hold their liquor, pretty much. But anywho, that's something that I had to mention. Like I said, this is not for everybody. Okay, every message ain't for everybody. Another sign, if you're dealing with a straight, supposed to be man, they act as if they hate gay men or homos, but will allow gay entertainment on their television, on social media. They'll get engage or look, gay hairstylists, what I was finna say, TV shows, gay commercials. Let's just say we're sitting here and two men are performing oral sex. If they will sit through a scene like that, they're okay with those type of things. They want you to think they're disturbed because they're hiding who they really are. Okay, so they don't get offensive by it. You feel what I'm saying? But when they go in person and see it, it triggers them. So behind closed doors, you don't want nobody to know that you're in that. That is giving down low, it's giving in the closet type energy. But then when you go outside in public and you see, you're curious, you're looking at that man with the tight pants, or that man with the booty shorts and shit like that. You're looking like, you're knowing you have a wife or a woman and you're straight. You feel what I'm saying? But you're lusting. You get what I'm saying? You know, feeding your fucking flesh. Another thing, if you're in a relationship and somebody has to be inebriated all the time just to have sex with you, or inebriated just to have a good time all the time, you have to be careful, because a lot of these people who have a lot of addictions also suffer some type of mental illness, okay? Or a lot of these people with addictions be on a different type of time. Sometimes liquor make you do be attracted to the same sex, so you really have to be careful who you're sleeping next to, because you don't know what they do outside of you. When they're fucked up outside, what will they engage in? If they're so fucked up, anybody can take advantage of them. Then you find yourself waking up the next morning like, what did I do? You engaged in a threesome, some shit that you never thought you would do, with a man and two women, or two men and a woman, however the fuck it plays out. But anywho, that's enough on that. They act, okay, so let's see. Uh, let's see. Okay, so you ever talk to someone and let's just say they ignore you a lot, but the moment they hear something that they shouldn't even be into or entertaining, they're ready to hear more details. So, for example, you're watching something that involves homosexuality, and this person says, wait, what happened? Wait, they raped the child. The father, you know, put toys in the son's butt. They're intrigued by this type of shit. You get what I'm saying? So you have to pay attention to certain shit like that. And this is coming from a person who calls themselves straight, but they don't mind watching bi things, or download things, or same sex things, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're comfortable with sitting there watching it, or it being around them, or it as entertainment. But there's certain times where they're like, no, I don't want to see that, or that's gay. You feel what I'm saying? Some of these men will call your children gay, project that onto them, because something occurred to them, or they may have an attraction for your child and you don't even know it. You get what I'm saying? So please be aware. Um, let's see. Oh, let me pause it. Okay, let's see. For example, a straight man being intrigued by how many victims P. Diddy had, or intrigued by the bottles of oil, or want more details on the things that he did, or, you know, intrigued by him making people perform oral on him. Things like that. A straight man wouldn't be into certain. That's just an example. You know what I'm saying? A straight man has more to worry about. You get what I'm saying? But anywho, um, oh, another thing. Some of these narcissistic men, let's just say you have children, um, they start to treat your children the same way that they treat you. So you also, that's another sign. They love to go back and forth with you. They pick arguments. They can be very fucking catty. Um, let's see, for no reason. They just want to destroy you. They love using your feminine products. I remember in the past, there was a guy that I was talking to, not necessarily in a serious relationship. And he took a bath in his mother's tub. And he used her soap, her personal towel, face towel. And he sat in the tub. And he's the type of person that couldn't get his nails or his hands dirty, or whatever the case may be. And he had plenty of addictions. But anywho, it's things like that. Or, he never took showers because he was very fucking feminine. He always wanted to play the role of him letting people, taking control and power over people, and as if it was kind of giving P. Diddy. Like he wanted all the power, all the control, all the respect, and things of that nature. He was using women to cover up his sexuality. Come to find out, he was sleeping with a guy, that I had seen multiple times. And it's as if, you know, he wanted people to bow down to him. He wanted a lot of respect, but he didn't know how to obtain it, if that makes sense. But that's a whole nother story or topic. That man dead, and he took up out of here. God had to remove him, okay, because that's one of the persons that I endured domestic violence from for no fucking reason. And also tried to get my fucking child taken away from me. But anywho, glad that shit is behind me. So that could be a sign too. Putting on women's products, acting like a woman. When you get fucked up, you turn very feminine, shit like that. And the liquor doesn't, it alters your thoughts. So now the things that you were thinking or lusting after, you want to act them out. But anywho, that's another topic. They love using feminine products, loves to wear, another thing, they like to take away your money, economically abuses you, very disrespectful to women. They basically fucking demons. That's all a narc is. Okay? Nothing is masculine about them. All right? They're man child, who acts the fuck out. It's like a grown man in a toddler's body. I mean, a grown man, you have a grown man's body, but there's a toddler inside of you. That's why I said man child or boy child or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They, a lot of them are jealous of women, their success, independence, and things of that nature. They are in denial and defensive about everything that you bring to them. You can never have a conversation with them because they think they know every fucking thing. They gossip about you to your friends or your family members, even employees, just to make it look like you're the bad person, you're the crazy person, you're the psychopath. They're doing everything in their power to make sure you're okay. It's the manipulation for me. But The narc could also have concealed anger, resentment towards his mother or father, and he's projecting that shit onto you and takes it out on you, and all his anger and his trauma onto you, projects all this negative and bad energy onto you. Okay? And um you can tell something is off in your spirit and your intuition, and just by using discernment, that something was always a bit off with this person. You just couldn't put your finger on it. So that's a sign too. Something feels uneasy in your stomach, in your gut, and that's something that you should have listened to. Okay. And another thing, sometimes these narcs are fighting against their sexual identity. Okay. Like, let me say something. There is women who will ask their person, are they attracted to the same sex or are they gay? And they'll be pissed off and they'll say things like, no, are you serious? I'm not gay. Or get very fucking offensive about it. And the fact that you have to do that furthermore shows that that's what you are. What are you mad at? Because they put on, certain men do put on this facade with how whole marriages, wives, children, and go pay for a male prostitute to suck them for 20 minutes because they don't like their wife. They're unattracted to their wife. They aren't doing the things that they once did to keep these people in their relationships, so they get bored really fucking quick. Okay, a lot of people are tired. Some people have physical illnesses. Some people have disabilities. Some people just turned off. Some people just outgrow each other. So, yes, when a man is not being fulfilled in a sexual area, they will find it outside of you. Whether that's oral sex, whether that's sex with a escort, whether that's sex with another man, whether that's sex with them just sitting there and beating their shit. When a man can't release, they be on demon time. Okay? And that's just what the fuck it is. The moment they can't release, they fucking lose it. And that's just as simple as that. Women can be the same way too. Okay? Another thing, I had learned about something. The Jezebel spirit can also not just be in women. Men can also have a Jezebel spirit. It's called Ahab. Okay? And it's a Jezebel spirit trapped inside of a man. Okay? And it can move from your mother, your own mother, or their own mother to their son. So this spirit could have, like I said, it stems from your childhood. Okay? This narc cop tries to copycat, tries to mock or mimic everything that you do. They're very feminine, like I explained, tries to act very masculine and very emotional and sensitive, and they stay in their fucking feelings, very selfish. I had mentioned prideful, egotistical. They compete with everything that you do and everything that you say. Excuse me. Narcs aren't genuine. They aren't authentic, as I explained. They can be very two-faced and very wishy-washy. One minute they're up and the next minute they're fucking down and they on some demon time. It's like they always have to find something to fill that dark void or hole in them almost, because nothing makes them happy, not even God. They don't even have a true connection with God. They'll quote the Bible. Narc can quote the shit out the Bible, can fake like they spiritual, but they still have no connection. Some people are just born with not having empathy, not being genuine. Not everybody in this world have those fucking traits. You have good versus evil. You can't have good without having evil. You can't have evil without having good. So some people lack empathy. I do believe that's a fucking illness. Literally, it should be. And that's just what it is. Okay, especially when that shit travels from when you're a child up and into your adult life. Okay, a lot of people do need healing. People do need help. But a lot of people just don't take time to love themselves or don't want the mental help. Okay, and things of that nature. But anywho, let me continue on. They aren't empathetic. They aren't genuine. They can't be two-faced and wishy-washy. They never are happy. Uh, they take your gifts and ideas and make them their own. They try to steal your gifts and make them their own and sell them and make money off of your own ideas and gifts. Narcs uh, feel it's their way or the fucking highway. They feel they dress better, they look better, okay, than you. They cook better, they clean better. Some of these narcissistic men compete with taking up the role of a woman. They feel like they can do everything. Just like in this generation, oh, a woman don't need a man don't need a woman. Oh, it's 50-50. Ain't no 50-50. It's 100-100. We should be given the same amount. Okay? Like, it's really, motherfuckers got the world fucked up. That's why it's so many failed marriages out there. Anywho, they compete when it comes to cooking. Oh, I cook better. You shouldn't cook. And things of that nature. Even when it comes down to hair, basically self-care. They put you down. They compare you with other women, how their shape is, how their physique is, and things of that nature. And women do the same thing. Body shame their husband. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't we gonna go on dates? Because they're trying to live a life that they see on social media. So they want that shit. They want you to go take care of everything, and they don't do shit but look pretty and be an Instagram model, a hoe, or a bitch on OnlyFans while they do fucking TikToks and show their pussy print, they knuckle print, or moose knuckle, whatever the fuck, and their ass and their nipples. Society is fucked up. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, they pick at you about how you look, your weight. They compare you to other people, okay? And they love to torture you, all right? And it's as if men are more sensitive and depressed, okay? Because there is a lot of women and children that are being unalived at an alarming fucking rate at this present time. And sometimes being around, it's unhealthy to be around somebody who's depressed all the time, because that energy, that evil spirit, that unclean spirit that comes from Satan will transfer down to you. So you have to be very careful what environment you in, who you surround yourself with, who's uplifting you. Do you have a prayer circle or a spiritual circle of friends that when you feel a certain way being around certain people, can they help you get up out of that? It's not easy trying to get out of something spiritually or emotionally that you're connected to or with. It's like saying you chose to be in an abusive relationship. This is an example. Why don't you just leave? People don't leave because they got kids. They like resources. They have no money. They'll be homeless. Some people in fear. Some people don't know how to get out. Some people don't have a safe place to fucking go to or an outlet. Y'all better be careful, because at any time, the people that y'all be talking about, because you never been through something, God will make you go through it. I'm telling you. So be careful. Anywho, another thing I had to say was they always try to tell you how strong you are as if you wear the pants, okay? And he doesn't, basically trying to manipulate you into thinking that you're strong enough to continue to take this fucking abuse, if that makes sense, okay? It says, so he can continue to take advantage of you. Narcs lack empathy, okay? And they also have a hardened heart, all right? Page 3. They try to use your mental health against you. For some of you, you may suffer mentally from so much abuse, and we're just going to throw out PTSD. And they take advantage of you. You could have got with somebody who told you they'll never do certain things to you, and they turned around and did the very same thing that the last person did to you. They know this person could have done something to you, or they know something happened, and they take that shit and run with it. That's why when you meet someone, never try to run your fucking mouth and shoes over and tell them your whole fucking life in 1 hour. Boom, now y'all in love. Y'all done had 3 kids, you're married. 10 years down the line, down the line, they beat the fuck out you, they abuse you, they neglect and abandon the children, they want to commit suicide, they're angry. Be careful. Take time to get to know someone because they'll use that against you. The fact that you just spent your whole life. Only reason why I'm speaking from experience. When I used to meet people, I used to just pour it out because I had no outlet. Be careful, okay? Be careful. Your life is like a fucking roadmap. You can't just give it to anybody. It's like a real estate license. You can't just give it to anybody. You can't put everybody on. You can't be the plug. So refrain from from telling someone every little detail about you. That one specific detail that they're looking at, listening to, and they'll plot on that, and they'll be like, okay, damn, that's fucked up. I'll never do that to you. Turn around and do that same very fucking thing to you. Be careful. Anywho, the narc steals your facial expressions, your jokes. When you start to look good and smell good, he has to join. They sit back and learn you to try and figure you out. What breaks you? Your weaknesses. Is your weakness your children? Is it an addiction issue? Okay, he'll use them against you. Is it drugs? Is it sex? Is it alcohol? Is it pornography? The narc will use anything and anyone to get to you. So you have nothing, okay? And no one at the end of the day left in your corner but him. Okay, they want you solely and codependent on them. That's why they don't want you to do anything alone, obtain anything alone, have your name or anything. They don't want you to have no sense of independability. The moment that they see you can take care of yourself, they know they lost you. Now they gotta find somebody else. Do you hear me? Now the gang stalking come, and they won't leave you the fuck alone. Now you got to get a restraining order. So be careful who you lay up with. Be careful who you have sex with. Be careful who you have children with. Be careful who you're trying to build a life with. Make sure that that's what they want. Make sure they want children. Make sure they love children. Make sure they've been around children. Make sure they want a relationship. Make sure they're in the same sex, or you want to know if they like the same sex. You have to ask these necessary questions as soon as you meet someone off rip, so y'all can be on the same page. But anyway, if they show you anything less than, walk the fuck away. The narc will use anything and anyone to get to you, like I explained, so you have nothing or no one left but them. The ultimate goal is to leave you emotionally empty, drained, okay? They don't want you to have no stability, no income, no finances. They don't want you to work, have a life outside of them, do extracurricular activities and things of that nature. I feel like when it comes to narcs, they just want you to sit by and let your life pass you by while they're living and you're deteriorating. And a lot of the time when you get in toxic relationships, it also makes you become physically ill. It changes your appearance. So you have to be careful and keep yourself up. Anywho, this is why a lot of men are in fear of dating. A lot of women are in fear of dating men because a lot of them are emotionally unstable. Okay, when it comes to when it comes to women and how they feel and protection and the things that they need. But another thing, and I'm sorry, somebody called. I don't know the number. Another thing, women are in fear to date men or even bear children, okay, or have a successful marriage due to the death toll and the rate of black men killing and unaliving our black women and children, okay, and that plays in old and young, okay, but it's like they want or wish they could take the place of us, okay, like they want their lashes done and their patties done and their manis done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get this shit, but I've experienced it, so that's why I'm able to speak on it. You know, it's as if y'all know that show Baddies. Like, it's as if they want to be a bad bitch. Okay, imagine being married to someone who acts like they want to be a bad bitch or they want to just be so feminine, like, and they try to hide this from the world, but only you see it. These narcs have no sense of self-direction or no identity, no style, no sauce, no nothing. They try to steal your style, your creativeness, your uniqueness, your personality. They ain't got no taste. Narc, the narc abuses you. I was gonna say, and it's as if you gave them more love than they've ever received. Some of these narcs treat you the way they treat you because they've never experienced love. All they know how to do is, or was all they were taught or raised upon, is survival. So this is why you're getting abandoned and rejected as well. Okay? You know, this could have stemmed from the environments they were in. Okay? Never experienced a healthy relationship or environment. Parents were toxic. Grandparents could have been toxic. Okay? And they was just taught how to survive and how to take care of themselves. Okay? Another thing I wanted to touch bases on was murders, rapists, and pedos, and killers, and mentally ill people. Okay? A lot of these, that's why so much in the system, because they didn't receive anything as a child. Or they're reenacting out the things that they've seen as a child. They never heard I love you. Some of them never received, a hug. Some of them never got a good morning or good rising. Okay? Some of these narcs think abuse is love. If I'm not hitting you, if I'm not yelling at you, if I'm not talking at you, spitting at you, pushing you, having a sense of power, telling you you can't wear this, you can't go there, isolating you from friends and family. A lot of them think this is an example of love because this is what they were taught. If your parents ain't beefing, if they ain't calling them a hoe or fuck you, it's not love. And that's wrong. We have been taught wrong. We have to unlearn and relearn what we've taught and what we've seen and what we were told. Okay? Page 4. I'm going to cut the light on now. It's getting a little darky dark. All right, so now I'm on page 4, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, when he or she tells you that they are jealous of you and why, you must believe them. Some of these people will throw little shit like, I can't stand you, You get a lot of love, or you have a lot of stability, or you have a lot of support, or I don't have anyone. You have everyone. You have to pay attention to shit like that. Them low blows, you may not catch it now, but eventually you will catch it because they'll never be able to be happy for themselves, you, or anything around you. They're never happy. They'll never say, congratulations, good luck. You come in showing them rewards and progress you made, and you was promoted to supervisor, and you tell them that they dry as fuck. They could care less because they're jealous of you. Okay? They compete with you. This is what the devil do, come kill, steal, and destroy, like a thief in the night. But they mad because you're attractive. You get attention. You get a love wherever you go and support wherever you go. They don't want you to get ahead of them. Okay, that's a big flag right there. As long as they keep you at a low vibration and keeping you dependent on everything and waiting for them hand and foot, they are happy with that. They know they still got control over you. Okay? They don't want you to be the best version of you. They don't want you to have freedom. They don't want you to be in control. Independence is a no. They don't want you to have a voice. The things you once loved, you hate them now, or you don't find no joy in them anymore. It's time to stand on business and kind of, have a voice, open up your throat chakra. You feel what I'm saying? Face these narcs, check them, block them, no contact, relocate. Close that chapter in your life. They want you to control they want to control your finances. They want you to be codependent on them. It's time to be codependent on self. Now he has you right where he wants you, in fear, isolated from friends and family, co-workers, questioning and doubting your very own existence. Doesn't allow you or a damn soul to have never allow yourself or another soul to have this much power over you to the point where you feel like you want to give up on self. And I hope I ain't confused y'all because I'm reading it. So let me fix that real quick. Don't never allow one damn soul to have this much power over you. That's how I wrote it, so I'm going to read it how the hell I wrote it. The narc tells you what he wants you to wear, where you should go, what you should and shouldn't do. The narc has a curfew. He's very insecure, okay? And things of that nature. This narc is a hoe, sleeps around. You could have obtained plenty of STDs or STIs from this person. Accuses you of having sex with friends and family members, okay? Puts you down, calls you out your name. He tries and hide the way he really treats you from friends and family. He tries to mask it even from employees and people in high positions. He done isolated you from everybody so you cannot run to or tell no one what you're going through. You must plan an exit strategy. Narcs want and need. You must plan an exit strategy. Narcs want people to believe that you're the crazy one, or you're the mentally ill one, or the one who's mentally unstable. Whole time they're the one who needs a mental health evaluation. Whole time it's the narc that's causing death spells, economic abuse, verbal abuse. You can't even keep a job and get ahead. This is the type of person that pulls up at your job and stalks you and makes sure you're not doing anything so they can save their own ass. They try to control and manipulate everything. The narc wants you to believe that this is it and that there is no way out. Take your power back. Y'all see my light going on and off. I'm on page 5 and I think I got one left. By the grace of God, let me get through what I have to say. Okay, page 5. You always feel tired and fatigued or ill. Sometimes y'all be feeling real sick and y'all go to the doctor hospital and y'all be having abdominal pain and y'all finding out y'all have fibroids and cancer and tumors and things of that, and heart conditions and high blood pressure, and now you need pills for a mental illness, or you have an autoimmune disease. A lot of these illnesses, or what you think is wrong with you, is not something that just came about. This comes from pain and trauma and abuse of years and years at a time, from sitting and just suffering. It's like a slave. You're going to see they starting to deteriorate. You only can be strong for so fucking long. So if you're out there feeling very tired all the time, every time you go to the doctor, no results come in, you still tired. That's that fucking relationship. Whether that's friend, family member, foe, lover, employee, co-worker, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Anyway, you start to feel fatigued, tired, ill, and you may have developed an illness mentally or physically due to the narc's abuse and don't know it. You want to find out. You won't find out some of these things until you walk away. Like, people don't realize to get away from the narc, you have to be out the relationship to heal. There are things that you can do to get through the relationship while you're with them, but your true power back is getting away from them and getting out of it to heal alone. But anywho, and that's just if you really want to get out of something when it comes to dealing with manipulative people. Leave the narc alone. Okay? Now your body is deteriorated. You have developed PTSD from them, an autoimmune disease, anxiety, depression, okay, borderline personality disorder, all right, fibroids, lupus, cancer, heart problems. You feel old and drained due to physical, mental, verbal, emotional abuse that you've endured. Notice you had no mental illnesses, nothing was wrong with your body until you start being with this person for a certain amount or a long period of time. Okay, you didn't really pay attention to the illnesses that you had until you experienced that pain and trauma. Okay, until you start fucking with toxic people. All right, be careful who you lay down with in the spiritual. You don't know what you're agreeing to, what contract you just signed. It's not easy to break soul ties. Okay, so a lot of these times when y'all be having intercourse with these people and y'all be like, oh, I'm gonna have your baby, we gonna be together forever. You just did a ritual. You just signed a blood contract just by exchanging words. Words are curses. You just put a curse over your life. Now you baby mama number 10. Because he's saying, whose shit is this? And you like, it's yours. And boom. Anywho, all the hate, the name calling, red flag. He says he's sorry. Does the same shit. She says she's sorry. Does the same shit. If not, worse than the first time. So when you plan on leaving the narc and you go back, the shit get worse. The pain intenses, the abuse intenses when it rises. It increases, if that makes sense. A narc will compare your body to another person's body and body shame you when it comes to other women's shapes. He talks about you like a dog, says you're lazy as fuck, negative Nancy, and you don't have a backbone. The narc acts like a baby, wants a mother, not a wife, or wants a father and not a husband, or a mate, someone who's equal to you. Okay? When some of these men, when they're ill, they act like fucking newborns. Okay? And a lot of this is to get attention and to manipulate you into taking care of them because they don't want to take care of themselves. A lot of men neglect their personal hygiene, their mental health, their health in general, until they're 60 and now they need someone, or 70 years old and they need someone to take care of them. The narc gets upset if you don't do what they if you don't do what they say. Okay, and real men don't complain. They have this feminine trait about them where they just complain and just miserable because they find happiness in nothing. Never wants to. This is the type of person who don't even want to provide. They complain about, basic things like providing, or maybe even just going to work. The narc tells you how you're never happy, how you're the one who's miserable and you're boring. Whole time, red flag is them. Okay, they never take accountability for anything that they do. They always whine about the things that they went through, and they never take accountability for their past, their trauma, their healing journey, or any of that. They take no accountability. They don't know how to take care of business. They're careless with their finances. Um, they have very poor money management. Um, they are compulsive liars. Um, the narc is never satisfied. They always think they need fucking more and more, and that's why they can never get ahead. Um, some narcs act like they just hate all men. That's also a red flag that they are into men, if that makes sense. A person that say they hate something so much, low key they admire, they obsessed with it. You won't see them, but they're gonna hide it. All right, women are a cover up for a lot of these men that act out like fucking toddlers. Um, a lot of these men will show off in other men when other men come around and gets tough and dog you even more. Like sometimes the presence of another man will give another man an ego boost. You get what I'm saying, if that makes sense. So now they feel like they have a point to prove. Okay? But these are type of so-called men, but they're boys or males, who claim that they are protecting and leaders and all this other shit. To get respect, you have to give respect. All right. Narcs, a lot of narcs, a lot of them didn't have father figures, and if they did, they wasn't the prime example of what a great man should look like. And like I had mentioned, a lot of narcs were raised around many women. Okay, why are you so mean and hateful? Okay, wants a boxing match 24/7, 368, too fucking aggressive, handles you too fucking rough. Women are delicate like a flower. If they're not treating you like a flower, then something is wrong. Narcs they play too rough. Threatens or try to put his hands on you, threatens to put you out. Narcs want you to believe that you can't make it without them. They act like bitches. Keeping up shit, manipulation, mind games, the gaslighting. You would vent to the narc, they would use it against you. Pictures, videos, text messages, cash transactions, receipts, bank statements, porn sites, proof of bullshit that narcs say and does, okay, behind your back. When you catch them. So basically, what I just read was proof of the things that you have of the narc that they have been doing behind your back, and they act as if these things that they do aren't happening. They always in denial, as if the shit that you mention, or when you have cold proof or evidence of some shit that they did, oh, it wasn't me. Oh, I deleted this. Oh, I didn't give you the code. Or, oh, I wasn't trying to hide shit from you any fucking way. I wanted you to see this. When a person changes codes or have multiple phones, or not even multiple phones, they just hide something from you, conceal something, it's because they're hiding it even more. You get what I'm saying? That's just like putting a code on the phone. Let's just say I'm in a relationship. I have a code. I change the code. We both know each other information, passwords. When you get to changing things, you have things to hide. You have things to conceal, right? Because what you change it for? You change it to hide your dirt deeper. Make the shit make sense. But anywho, we motherfuckers be thinking we the crazy. Anywho. So this is just things that you find out. Everybody, another thing a narc does is cause everybody, every name up under the book, but they could never. Like when I dealt with certain people in the past, oh, this person is sick. Oh, he's a rapist, or he's a pervert, or he's a pedophile, or he's gay, or he's bi, or this person is a lesbian. Okay? And whole time, they the ones who are all of that, projecting, trying to hide it. Okay? You never, it's as if you ain't never experienced this type of pain until you got with this narc. Okay, like not even your own blood relatives is as worse as this narc. This narc hates you. Some of these narcs hate their own children, hate themselves. Okay, can't stand the family that y'all build. Can't stand their family or anybody. He acts like he has a heart, but the devil comes in and portrays himself like an angel too. The narc hates his mother or father. Had no business building a family while unhealed. Okay? The narc also wants you to turn into them. You ever been with somebody that wanted you to be every bit of them and you was the total opposite? Let's just say somebody has a mental illness, a narc. They want you to believe something is mentally wrong with you. They'll do things like diagnose you themselves. Oh, I got that. Well, you might have that. That's a sign of that. To make you be in fear once again, control, dominance, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, they want you to be just like them or turn into them. They're very envious, jealous. Everything is a competition, from who looks better, who cooks better, who cleans better, who dresses better, who drives better, from the music that y'all listen to, house chores. Narcs hate change too. For example, it's times where, let's just say you're feeling good and you move something around. They can't stand that shit. They can't stand when you want change or when you start moving things around, because they like things to be the same. They're content with the same thing, not with their supply. But once things start to move around or they can't figure things out, they know they're losing power. They're lacking fucking power, if that makes sense. So, anywho, for example, furniture being moved around or decorations and things of that nature. And they compete about who is the better hustler. Oh, I got more than this, or I got more than you. Like, it's stupid. It's like competing over how many followers you have. I got 9,000. Well, I got this much. This person is always in competition with you. Whole time they don't realize they competing with them they self. But the narc wants you just like him or her. They try to break your soul, your spirit, and your self-esteem, and they also try to break your heart, all along while trying to break your fucking pockets. Last page, I'm on page 6. The narc hates your children. You're left to raise them on your own. So some of you are in a single marriage. Do that make sense? You're in a marriage, but this person and you are disconnected. No intimacy, no sleeping together, no empathy, no going out on dates, no me time, no group time, no family time. You feel what I'm saying? So the narc also hates your stepchildren. Some of y'all are in relationships and you have came into relationships with children that aren't from your partner. They hate your stepchildren. They treat them different. Some of y'all have children and then created more children with this person. They can't stand. They show favoritism. They treat your child different from their biological child. Another thing, they not only bully you, but they try to bully your children. So be very careful. And then they smirk about it. Narcs love to do things to get a reaction out of you, just to see how far you will allow them to take it. Okay? The narc, with their antics, don't allow these narcs in your home, around your children, family. They are unsafe, and when they can't get their way, they will take it out on the next best thing closest to you. If they can't get to you, they'll go after your friends, your family member, your co-workers, your children, your whomever. And they lack empathy, which is why they need to be attached to someone who's empathetic, okay, to take advantage of. All right. They are disconnected from you. Narcs love to run from their responsibilities, and narcs don't like to be around um, their own children. They run from communication, time. A lot of these narcs love to stay away from home because they don't have to deal with responsibility, because they hate themselves and they hate their lives. So they find joy in things outside of themselves to fill their void. Paying for sex, paying for prostitutes, escorts, going out of town to meet different women, talking on social media sites, dating sites, porn sites, taking care of random strangers or random women and men. If you're in a relationship and you notice you're with a person who always helping someone, that's just too much help, but they always there for you, at the last fucking minute. So be careful when it comes to dealing with these fucking narcs. You feel what I'm saying? Because they always find things outside of them. Every time. You could never be enough. They're greedy. They have to have everything. So if it's not sex that they're going after, it's attention, it's a time, it's conversation, and things of that nature. Anything but being around you. Okay? They got you right where they wanted you. They love bombed you. and things of that nature. Now, for some of you, they ghost you, make you feel alone. And your gut and discernment and intuition tells you that something is completely off and you still sitting there. You feel alone, unattractive. Some of y'all feel, I know y'all feel unloved, okay? And things of that nature, but they are evil. They never have to, they feel like they never have to answer to anybody, okay? And certain people are beneath them. But you got this uneasy feeling of fear and anxiety and anxiousness. You're not sleeping at night. You're not finding peace. This person is cold-hearted. They always have you in a state of fucking confusion, and they gaslight you all the fucking time. They have no respect for you, no remorse, no nothing. No pity, no nothing, no mercy. They want the Most High to show mercy on them and their soul, but they have no mercy on you. They always fucking drain the fuck out of you. They never loved you. You feel mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally exhausted. And this person is never happy. They're never gonna find peace. And I'll be back with some more. Have a blessed day.